Coach Witt always preaches, find a way to help the team. And so when I got asked to, play corner in the Rose Bowl, I said yes. I think a lot of guys, if you ask them to do something out of their position, they will say yes, just to help the team and help us succeed.
The College Football Podcast Van is presented by Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Ian Fitzsimmons here from the College Football Podcast, Mercedes-Benz Van. I'm here with Utah running back Micah Bernard. And, man, good to catch up with you again, first of all. And before we get into why I hate you, and you know exactly where I'm going with that in a moment, but this place is just different. It's special. And this was your first recruiting trip and your last recruiting trip. Now, USC was on you. Oregon was on you. What was it about Utah that you said, nope, I'm coming right here?
I think it was just, this was the first and last trip I ever took with my dad. My dad passed away in 2019, shortly after, everything. And so I think that was the biggest reason. My dad loved it here. I could see he loved it here. And I know that he loved me being here. So that was one of the biggest reasons I stayed here.
Man, how much does that mean to you, having bled, sweat, all you've accomplished here? The NFL is awaiting, but what does that mean to you to have your pops still kind of here with you every time you go out there and pad up for the Utes?
It means a lot. I mean, I think about him every single day, I wish he could be here watching me, but I know he is watching me. I know he's cheering for me. I know he's smiling, and I know I'm making him proud. So I'm glad he's up there just looking over me, and I appreciate him. I love him. I miss him.
We've known you for a few years now. How much of, because you're not about the man in the mirror, you're about playing for the guy next to you. How much of that was instilled from your dad that you carry to this day for that word known as teammate?
I mean, I would say, like, my dad was always there for me, and he was there for my family. I got two brothers on that side, and I have also a sister, and so, he always made sure that we all were together. We had family outings, even though we weren't that close. He made sure that we were together. So, when it comes to being a good teammate, I want to make sure that me and my teammates are together.
What does that mean to you as far as going out there every day with that dude next to you, trying to win for him?
It means a lot. I think the biggest thing for me is that if I do everything I can for the person next to me, my dad will be proud of me. So I'm going to do everything I can because I know that person next to me is going to do everything they can for me.
I was catching up with Dalton Kincaid, all-pro tight end, Buffalo Bills, Utah Ute. And I asked him, what was it about playing for Kyle Whittingham, playing here, that helps him get ready for the NFL? And he had an interesting term. He said, playing for Kyle Whittingham and that physical brand of Utah football calloused him mentally and physically to play at the next level. Take us behind the scenes. What does Dalton mean by that? Because you're living it.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Witt, he's a hard-nosed football coach. I mean, he does everything, by the book. He wants everything to be done a certain way. He wants everybody to come into this program and learn the culture and be a part of the culture and not change the culture. So the culture will never change, not for anybody, not for anything. And so I think what he means by that is, every single day you go to practice, you know what to expect. Nothing's going to change. You might have a little wrinkles here and there, but it's going to be a physical practice every Tuesday. Wednesday's going to get physical still, and then we're going to taper off a little bit. But that's the week in and out. Like, every single week is the same way. Physicality, nobody is going to taper off of that.
That word culture gets thrown around a lot. And sometimes you kind of lose exactly what it means. So elaborate even more on what you just said when it comes to a real culture that Kyle Whittingham has built here over 20 years.
Like I said, nothing changes. So
it really is. Like, every day is
the same. Every day is the same. Everybody who comes in this program, they go, wow, it's different from my last program. Because everything is the same. It would never change, not for anybody. You could be the best player in the world. Coach Witt is not going to change for you. You know what I'm saying? You can do everything the right way, or you can do everything the wrong way. And coach is not going to allow you to do anything the wrong way. So you better just lock in and just be ready to go out and just deal with it. You have to deal with it. Like, I think yesterday we just had practice in the snow. We have an indoor. Why are we practicing in the snow?
because you're playing outdoors against BYU.
Not even
rival,
that. Coach Witt is trying to he's trying to make sure our physicality levels don't go down.
All right, so what was your reaction? Because we'll touch on BYU coming up, but what was your reaction when you went, whoa, we have an indoor facility here. Why are we going outside in the snow and it's 28 degrees?
Coach Witt. That's all I thought. It's Coach Witt. I mean, because it was snowing yesterday, and so you're thinking, going to indoor, 'cause it's not going to snow during the game, but no, Coach Witt don't care. He want to make sure we still
calloused.
Yeah, we're not scared of anything, So we practiced outside in the snow. It was cold, but we had a nice little practice. It was actually pretty fun, and it's just gonna boost us for Saturday.
Talking about culture and the Utah brand. I lived out here. I covered the 04 team, the first undefeated team. When Witt was the defensive coordinator under Urban Meyer, and that coaching staff, by the way, folks, go look that up. Rock stars on that coaching staff. You and I were talking about it earlier. There's a lot of misconceptions about the University of Utah, the state of Utah. And I had them too. But when you get out here, whatever you want to get into, you can get into.
You can.
Off the field, on the field, nightlife. Take people here. What is it like living in, because you call this home now. Yeah. You're from Cali, but you're calling this home now. What are some of the misconceptions about playing here, living here?
That there's nothing to do. I mean, there's a lot of things to do. I mean, I don't know about, the other parts of the state, Provo, Logan, Ogden, or whatever, but Salt Lake, there's a lot of things to do. And even then, if you can't find anything to do, you got places like Park City that has a lot to offer. You can do a lot of things. You can go golfing, you can go shopping, you can go ski up there, you can just go house hunting, whatever you want to do. It's a lot of things.
Hit the No Name Saloon?
Yeah, no. You can even hit that place. Great place, by the way. But it's a lot of things you can do. You just got to find it. A lot of people don't look hard enough, and that's when you get the misconception that there's nothing to do because you're not looking.
Now, you mentioned golf. This is why I don't like you. You've taken to golf, and it's not just you. There's a lot of football players, like Sauce Gardner with the Jets, Emeka Buku, All-American wide receiver for Ohio State, addicted now to golf. You have also taken up golf. What is it about the game of golf that helps you also be a better football player? And then I'll get to why I don't like it.
Just everything is different. Everything is not the same. You have to work on little small details in order to be you can't even be perfect in golf, but you want to be perfect, so you keep striving and working on every single swing you do, because nothing's the same to be perfect. And that takes you onto the field where, each play is not the same. Each play is not perfect. You have to figure out ways to help yourself. And so that's why I really appreciate playing golf, because it humbles you. And
yeah, it does.
You understand that, man, I'm not good. Maybe you hit the greatest shot and then you don't. You're just like, wow. Okay.
So that mental aspect of the attention to detail on a golf course really has made you have more of an attention to detail as a running back in college football?
Yes, I would say so.
That's amazing. I asked you earlier, this is nauseating, I promise you folks. What's your favorite club right now in your hand? Like the one that feels perfect?
60 degree.
Okay. How far do you hit your 60 degree?
Anywhere from 120 to 160.
You hit
exaggeration.
You hit a 60 degree 160 yards.
Yeah. And everybody be like, it's because you thin it. And then they actually see me hit it.
You showed me video. I didn't believe it.
I don't thin it. It gets height now. It just flies.
That's my 6 iron. How far do you hit your 9?
Like 190.
That's my 7 wood, but I'm old. You make me want to throw up. You really do. You also played Ironman football. 2021. Would you lead the team in tackles in the Rose Bowl? Is that right?
I did indeed.
Also toting it. So there's a history of that here, going back to calloused, mentally, physically. Sione Baki last year, now with the Detroit Lions, Ironman football. Eric Weddle, the 04 squad,
right?
Ironman football. Where does that come from? Where if you were asked to go in, lead the team in rushing and in tackles, somehow Witt finds guys like yourself, like Sione Baki, like Eric Weddle, that are willing to go and do that. Where's that come from?
I mean, it's just Coach Witt always preaches, find a way to help the team. Any way to help the team. If you're not playing, okay, find a way to help the team on scout. Find a way to help the team on special teams, whatever. So, I think when he says that and he gives you opportunity to help the team, a lot of the guys on this team is going to help the team. we're not looking out for ourselves. We're looking out for the team. And so when I got asked to, play corner in the Rose Bowl, I was thinking, I can help the team. I want to help the team, and I'm going to do my best. So when he asked, I said yes. And same with Vaki. He wants to help the team. He wants the team to be better. So when asked, yes. So I think a lot of guys, if you ask them to do something out of their position, they will say yes, just to help the team and help us succeed.
What's more enjoyable, running somebody over as a running back or hitting somebody as a defender?
Oh, I don't like tackling. So you really know I wanted to help the team because I do not like tackling.
Very brutally honest answer. You got BYU coming in, man, red and blue, and I've lived this rivalry. I've been in Birmingham, Alabama for the Iron Bowl. I've been in Columbus, Ohio, in radio doing shows there with Herb Street for Ohio State, Michigan, and I've been here. This to me is not just one of the more underrated rivalries in college football,
right,
but in sports. You guys haven't swapped paint in a while. This is your last year here. You're going to the NFL next. What does this game coming up on Saturday personally mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, I was part of the team that last lost to him. And so, that hurt just to be a part of a team that broke the streak. And so now I think it's personally my duty to win this one. I know it's a team sport and stuff, but I'm going to do everything I can to win this one because, like I said, I was a part of the team that broke the streak, and I can't live with that. I need to end on a good note.
This team has been hit with injuries. Obviously, Cam Rising, the biggest one nationally. They're undefeated. When it comes to ruining their season and maybe salvaging yours, take us behind the scenes in the facility. What is being talked about as far as an undefeated BYU squad coming in and you taking it personal to end that unbeaten streak?
People think just because of, the way our season's going that we can't do anything about it, but they're another team. They bleed just like we bleed. So they can be injured just like we've been injured. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing is just we know that they're not invincible. And they know that as well. So now we just got to put it on them when it comes game time.
How much more passion is behind your pads on Saturday?
A lot. I always play with passion, but, like I said, I don't want to lose again. I can't lose again. So it's going to be even heightened. After
football, I'm told that you want to get into broadcasting. So you want to take my job, Herb's job, whomever, right? What is it about? Is it about sticking around the game? Is why get into this aspect, this business?
I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is it's about the game, right? I love sports. I love football, but I love basketball more. I'm not going to lie. We'll get into that.
Really?
I love basketball, but I can talk sports for a long time, I believe. And so if I'm able to, after I'm done, retired and can't play anymore, stay around the sport and still be close up and personal, I think this is a great opportunity to do that.
Well, Kai, man, always good to see you. If you want to know this week, it's BYU. Good luck, bud. Stay healthy.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you, man.
This episode of the College Football Podcast Van is presented by Mercedes-Benz Vans.